Toby Perkins.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's a great pleasure to follow the honourable gentleman from Inverness, Skye and West Rossshire. Congratulate him on that excellent speech, and particularly when he speaks of Charles Kennedy, who is still tremendously missed in this place. He speaks of a political giant that we all reflect on very fondly. It's also a great pleasure to follow my friend from St Austell in Newquay on congratulate him also on his excellent speech. I'm speaking today in support of a piece of legislation that has the potential to be a real game changer in the fight to decarbonise our energy supply. I applaud my right honourable friend from Doncaster North for his determination in bringing this bill before the House so soon after the general election. And it's hugely encouraging that the government has got straight on with the business of setting up GB Energy, following hot on the heels of the excellent auction that we heard about just this week. And GB Energy's task, working hand in hand with the private sector to power an ambitious expansion of renewable energy, is a crucial one. The task of decarbonising our energy supply could not be more urgent. Scientists have made it clear that the warming of our climate due to carbon emissions is having disastrous consequences which are already being felt. We are not heading towards a climate emergency, we are already living within one. We should reject the voices that say that China's growth means that anything we do is futile as an excuse to never take the steps needed to decarbonise. Of course there is a role for international negotiation, for pressure, for bringing pressure to bear on other nations. But we do that more convincingly when our own house is in order. And that's why I'm so pleased to support GB Energy. We've also seen the danger of being reliant on other nations for our energy security. Energy supply chains are increasingly fraught with geopolitical tensions and, in the case of Russia's senseless invasion of Ukraine, outright conflict. And this lays bare just how vulnerable we can be when we cannot provide for ourselves. Make no mistake, Madam Deputy Speaker, energy security is national security. We should benefit from the great natural riches this country is endowed with. Yet the inconsistency of approach from the last government did detract from that investment in renewable energy that we need. From the ban on onshore wind to the downgrading of feed-in tariffs and the disastrous failed contracts for difference round 5 auction, the renewables sector had not previously had a consistent partner to maximise the potential for renewable energy. I give way.
I'm grateful to the honourable member for giving way, and I am fully aligned with his priority for national security and energy and not being reliant on other nations. Of course, within the UK, Scotland generates vastly more energy than we can consume, and although we're in the same state in the United Kingdom, Scotland is a different country and a different nation. So does the honourable member think it's appropriate that Scotland should reap no benefit whatsoever from its energy endowment relative to anyone else on these islands?
Well, I mean, I don't recognise the description the honourable gentleman puts in at all. We're part of a United Kingdom. We all make contributions. We all receive benefits. People of Scotland were given an option to vote to leave. They chose not to. I know that's a result he bitterly regrets, but that's the choice the people of Scotland made. It is absolutely true that Scotland produces a large amount of renewable energy and of energy more generally. It also gets many other benefits in many other ways, and that's why I suspect that the numbers on benches next to him are so much smaller than they were previously, because people overall recognised the benefits of being part of this great union. Now, we should, as I say, benefit from the great natural riches that this country is endowed with. But the government's approach, the previous government's approach, has withheld those opportunities. What today's bill offers, alongside the astonishingly successful Round 6 auction, is a strong signal that the new government is taking the generation of renewable energy far more seriously. It is imperative that the sector knows that it has a government that is a reliable partner without constant knee-jerk changes in policy. Not a pushover, not taxpayers' money being given away thoughtlessly, but setting out a fair and reliable basis for firms to invest in. Alongside the imperative to reduce emissions and bills, GB Energy can be crucial for our economy. I was pleased that the government announced that GB Energy will be headquartered in Scotland. Scotland is proportionately the leading nation in the UK for renewable power. But I do caution the Secretary of State to not ignore the contribution that coalfield communities like mine and like the ones that he and I represent. In North Derbyshire and across the North Midlands and South Yorkshire coalfields, communities that were created to power the nation with coal from the dawn of the Industrial Revolution should be central to the government's thinking in this arena. This government has laid down demanding targets to double energy generated by onshore wind farms, triple solar power and quadruple offshore wind. These objectives are a vital part of decarbonising the grid by 2030, but we should not be in any doubt about the challenge they represent. There are still many legitimate questions over the operation of this new enterprise, where the balance between being a conduit to private investment and provider in its own right will sit. But criticism of the bill from members opposite is wildly overblown. The truth is, this is a small bill that is introducing the company. It is not the entire energy policy of this government, and much of that criticism, I think, was fanciful. I would be interested to know from Honourable Friend the Minister how the new company will work across government to unlock the planning system whilst taking communities along with us. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm extremely pleased to speak in support of this bill. I'll be voting for it with great enthusiasm. Yes, there's lots more work to do, but this government's made a damn good start.
Maiden speech.